Netflix addendum to ditches the deal for Warner Brothers Discovery after Paramount offer is deemed superior. So Paramount comes up and they go to $31 per share. And then that causes Paramount agreeing to pay the $2.8 billion breakup fee that Warner Brothers would owe Netflix if the deal didn't go through. So what Paramount is saying is, don't worry about it. We'll pay that. It's like you have an apartment that you've been living in. If you want to cancel and leave to go to a different job, you have to pay for the 3 months. And the company says, we'll pay for the 3 months of rent for you to move over here sooner. That's what that breakup is. That's the way to look at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then they come in and Paramount goes, and I keep in mind a couple things that happen. And Tom, I'm going to come to you first, Adam, to you afterwards, is while this is going on, Rob, you may have a video on this. I think you may have a video on this. There was a few events that took place. Ted Sarandos was supposed to be at the White House. I think he did go to the White House. I don't know if he met with the president. Rumors are saying he did not. He just met with a few staffers. And remember that Suzanne Rice made a couple comments. Then the president says, you got to fire her in Netflix. And they did it. So some are saying it's a political decision of what's going to be happening. The employees who are working at CNN right now are not frightened because they're thinking Larry Ellison and David Ellison are going to come in and like a Barry Weiss type of a thing, and there's going to be a lot of shakeup, and some of the employees are going to get fired, and they're saying we are effed. There's literally some emails and texts that are being shown that employees are saying we are effed at CNN, but I'll pause right there. Rob, play this clip, and Tom, I'm coming to you next. Go ahead.
Okay, in just the past couple of minutes, Netflix is declining to raise its offer to buy Warner Brothers Discovery Studios and streaming business. The move effectively puts Paramount in a position to take over the storied Hollywood giant. Today, Warner Brothers board announced that Skydance owned Paramount's offer is superior to the agreement it had previously struck with Netflix. Now, Netflix says the price that would be required to buy Warner makes the deal no longer financially attractive.
There you go. Tom, thoughts?
So, well, hats off to, I've been critical of David Zaslav for the last year. I thought they started this the wrong way. He was going to the Allen and Company conference, and there were leaks that come out that supposedly he had whispered to people, do you want to take CNN? We're taking care of, remember all this, Pat? Mm-hmm. We're taking care of all the big salaries, and Caitlin is on a rookie deal. So, this is a different CNN. We're going to get the cost right. Come on. And he found no takers. No takers for an aging, shrinking cable news service coming purely from the left that Ted Turner was disgusted at how it evolved. Then David gets this done. And so hats off to Zaz. He gets 31 a share for the shareholders. Part of the rule, for being a great CEO is deliver value for the shareholders and lead the company with clarity and authenticity. And it was a bumpy ride, but he got it done. What's interesting to me about this, Pat, really interesting to me, is how the last hours unfolded. The Ellisons did come to 31 a share. And remember, the Ellisons are coming to buy the whole thing. They want the cable nets and they want the library, whereas Netflix only wanted the library. And there were people in Hollywood, producers, big-time movie creators, that really were favoring the Ellisons a little bit. Why? Because the Ellisons are favoring theatrical releases and bigger budgets. That's what people in Hollywood want, because those bigger budgets give them their jobs. Whereas Netflix, they said, they're just going to stream this to death. They're going to carve it up. They're going to go with AI. And so there was a lot of behind the scenes. But in the last hours, Ted Sarandos, you're correct, Pat. Well, your summary, I've read in multiple locations this morning. He was going to go meet with Pam Bondi and Susie Wiles. And Susie Wiles was going to be the gatekeeper, and Pam Bondi was going to be the gatekeeper for the Federal Trade Commission. And he wanted to go up there and talk to them about what he would face at Federal Trade Commission. And obviously he didn't want Trump whispering. But Suzanne Rice, who was in the Obama administration, had shot her mouth off. Rob, if we can find that, her exact quote was, "People need to be careful because revenge is best served cold."
Yeah, it's a threat.
So you have got this threat that she puts out there, and she's on the board of Netflix. So do you not think Reed Hastings or Ted Sarandos would have picked up the phone and called her? I know you would have, Pat, and saying, "What are you saying? You have your independence, you have your old job, you have your own identity, but you can't speak like that when we're in the middle of something. What the hell are you doing?" And then Trump comes out and says, you should fire that lady. That lady talked.
What did she say here? Is this her?
Yes.
Right.
But let me say this. Somebody who I won't name, but a very prominent
public figure who has, served at nearly the very highest levels, once told me the following. They said, revenge is best served cold. And the older I get, the more I see the wisdom of that. You don't roll over. You don't allow yourself to be bullied or manipulated. Sometimes, you have to meet hardball with hardball. Sometimes there are more subtle ways to accomplish the same. But it's important to let bullies know that you won't be bullied. And if need be, to make them pay a price for trying to bully you or smear you or whatever.
You can pause it right there. So, by the way, so here's two things you got to be thinking about. One, when did she get the board seat? When did she get the board seat? Board seat, Netflix. When did she get the board seat? There's two problems here. Just ask ChatGPT when did, let's see if it answers it here. If not, go to ChatGPT. Yeah. So she got the board
7 years ago.
Okay, so check this out. That's under Trump. But that's first term Trump. Then you got second term, which is Biden. Okay, and Trump called it the other day on State of the Union, my second term. Everybody laughed. But then you got second term. And then she served on the board until 2020, when she left to join Biden administration and was reappointed to Netflix September 8, 2023. So Netflix probably did that. Tom, do you think Netflix did that thinking Kamala was going to win? When did Biden step down? We were in Hampton, so July?
Yes, yeah, after the assassination.
The handwritten note from the White House.
It's either
July 20.
It's either a move of there is no way in the world Trump's going to win, so let's bring and put her on the board. Or, listen, business as usual. I mean, if we put her on in 2018, we're going to do it again. Or number two, the problem is, what the hell are you doing making comments like that while you're sitting on a board of a $500 billion company that's about to get a big deal that is good assets? I mean, there's a lot of things to it. I saw one expert also say, which I really liked his take, knew his name. I've never heard him before, but he was on, I want to give this guy credit because it was so great what he said. You know what, he was asked and he said, what do you think about the whole thing? Do you think it's because of, and he was talking to the guy that wrote the 1929 book. What is his name, Tom? You know his name.
Andrew Sorkin.
Yes, he says. He's speaking to him, Rob, and he says, do you think this is because of Suzanne Rice? And he says, no, I don't think. He says, really, you don't think? No, he says, I don't think. He says, so what do you think this is? He says, honestly, here's what I think it is. He says, I think it's about Netflix has always built their business. They're builders. They don't acquire companies. They're builders. So you know what the builder mentality is? Look, we'd like to buy you. We have some money. But whether we do or not, we're builders anyways. We're going to keep building. So the mindset of a builder sometimes is different than those that are aggregators. Aggregators want to buy EBITDA. They want to buy catalog. And you kind of like are trying to get all that stuff in. So listen, that also goes credit to the Netflix folks. If it's just a business decision and it has nothing to do with politics, which I do think 20-30% of this was politics. But if it's just a business decision, go ahead. FYI, I prefer Paramount picking up WBD than it going to Netflix. I personally prefer that. Do you want to know why? Because it intensifies competition between 3 heavyweights now, or 4 heavyweights. You got the Paramount, CBS, Warner Brothers team, the Ellison, those guys. You got the Disney folks that got to get their act together, but never, by the way, never count Disney out. Disney is 3 good moves away from being a $1 trillion company. Literally, they're not that far off. And then you have Netflix. This is good competition. You got some outsiders. You got YouTube. YouTube may come and spank all of them, to be honest with you. I mean, we don't know what's going to be happening, but, I kind of like that this ended up being there. Adam, your thoughts?
Well, to me, get ready to be more controlled, because it seems like you're going to have more options now, all these companies, but they're all being consolidated. So what happens when consolidation happens? They're going to control what you watch, and then in turn, they're going to control what you think. So all these things, you just said there's going to be 3 or 4 major companies that are going to be controlling everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of reminiscent of what happened with Amazon and Walmart. I mean, all the little mom and pop shops are gone. I mean, if you're going to go shopping, where are you going? You're going to Amazon, you're going to Walmart, maybe Target, if they chill out on the LGBT trans stuff. So it might be more convenient. Everyone I have all these apps on my phone. I've subscribed to all these things. Now you're going to subscribe to 3 different things. So there's fewer apps, but when there's fewer choices, you know what's going to cost more? What you have to pay every single month. So you might, instead of paying $9.99, $99, $14.99, $99, you might end up paying $29.99, $39.99, $50.99, but only 3 times. So you brought up the other point, YouTube. To me, the biggest benefactor of all this is going to be guys like us. Is going to be guys like the Daily Wire. Is going to be guys like independent media. It's going to be like Turning Point. Is going to be even things on the left. Because it's like, do you want to be controlled by the big tech oligarchies or monopolies, or do you want to trust independent voices out there? Because what this basically means is this: all the news, the media, the sports, the comedy, the entertainment, the cartoons, they're all going to be owned by 3 different companies. And what happens is, I think innovation is going to basically be cut down. See a lot more sequels. Okay, we're going to see Transformers 94 or Avengers 417, because there's going to, in my opinion, lose a little creativity the bigger you get. You know what this is also reminiscent of? The insurance industry, where we come from. When I entered the insurance industry almost 20 years ago, oh my God, I'm dating myself. There were so many independent IMOs, BGAs, I couldn't keep track. How many major IMO BGAs are there now? 3, 4? So that's good for the customer. Essentially, there's less competition, but at the end of the day, I think prices are going to go up.
AmeriLife bought Crump. I had no idea AmeriLife bought
That's
Crump.
huge.
Yeah, AmeriLife bought Crump. You remember when was it BB&T or something like that? I don't know who
it was BB&T.
Yeah, that bottom, but
Crump.
AmeriLife bought Crump. How massive was Crump 10 years ago? 5 years?
The
massive.
biggest.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of distribution.
Yeah. So
this is all distribution.
It is.
Not?
It is. Again, for me, I like that they're going. I like that there's going to be some disruption at CNN. I like that there's going to be some disruption to the media space. Even yesterday, while we were having dinner with the folks, one of the guys, I think it was Brad, that said this could be the reason why they're buying them is because they want to be able to do the future Harry Potter AI movies. They can do 10, 15 AI movies. And of course, you pay the actors a little bit of money, not the same kind of money. But they believe the future of making AI movies. You guys saw the clip, Rob? Do you have the clip of Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt? I don't know if you guys have seen this or not. Have you seen this thing?
No.
Watch this, Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. It's 100% AI. Look what direction they're going with AI making movies. The fight scene. Watch this. Go ahead. The voice isn't there yet, but watch.
You killed Jeffrey Epstein, you animal! He was a good man! He knew too much about our Russia operations. He had to die, and now you die too.
That's crazy, right?
What was the last movie these 2 guys were in? I remember they were in like a vampire movie in the 90s.
Oh, that was a
Interview with a Vampire.
That was a legit interview with a vampire. Yeah. But so the concern is you buy it, now you control it, now you have AI, now you can pump out movies using AI at 1/10 of a pace. So if it takes you 3 years to make a movie, now we can take 3 months to make a movie, and we can do multiple, Harry Potter movies coming out. We can make multiple. And by the way, pull up the catalog of what things Paramount will own if they have this, Rob. That one picture that the great Humberto sent, you know what I'm talking about, right?
HBO,
Watch this.
MTV,
Watch this. Zoom in a little bit, Rob.
Yeah.
Skydance, TikTok, if they get it, TikTok US, Fandango, Rotten Tomatoes, Oracle, HBO, CNN, CBS, Showtime, TBS, Comedy Central, TNT, Paramount, TLC, HGTV, Nickelodeon, and they got Animal Planet, CBS Sports, Adult Swim. What is that? Adult Swim.
Cartoons.
Oh,
Cartoon
okay.
Network.
HBO Max. I was about to say Adult Swim.
PBD.
Cinemax.
Don't you forget
cooking.
about BET.
BET,
I got
VH1. BET
show.
isn't the same BET. Used to be VH1, MTV. MTV is lost. We lost. And then some other major franchises they picked up: Harry Potter, Mad Max, Conjuring, Matrix, IT, Lord of the Rings, Gremlins,
Star Trek right there,
Mission Impossible, Nightmare on Elm Street, Game of Thrones, True Detective, Soprano, Wire, Mortal Kombat, Transformers, Justice League, Shazam, Harley Quinn, Joker, Superman, Batman, Who's the other one? Is that
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. What's the one on the left? Is that Daredevil or the right about Batman? Who is that about Batman? I don't know who that is.
That's
Dexter,
Flash.
Flash.
BBD.
Flash, Yellowstone, Star Trek,
That I know that.
Turtles. It's your age. So Garfield, Avatar,
Top Gun.
GI
Jackass.
Joe, Top Gun. Yeah, I mean, listen,
So all these independent
Called a
brands
it's now theirs.
on one app.
Yes,
This is what we're talking about. Everything's
Yes.
consolidated.
yes, exactly.
It's
It's where
good
it's
for the
going.
consumer.
It doesn't matter. Sometimes when these guys buy up all this stuff, if you, the challenge is if you buy up and you don't create, it doesn't matter.
Mm.
You have to stay in creation mode. If they stay in creation mode, then good to go. By the way, how old is David Ellison? 41, 42? I don't know how old he is, but he's in the early 40s, late 30s. You know, he's a 43. There you go, 43.
Man.
So
Vinny, what are we doing with our life, bro?
he's got
Not
a
buying everything.
he's got
I'm
a
about to be 40 this year, and I got to keep up with
yeah,
it.
for sure. Okay, all right.
If you love this country, show it. Lead with pride in the Valuetainment USA collection. Designed for freedom thinkers, built for everyday leaders. Red, white, blue. Purpose. Wear what you believe in. Valuetainment USA.
Go to vtmerch.com, place your order for Valuetainment USA merch. And again, like I said, I love seeing our folks, the best of the best, the smartest fans in the world. You, that likes debate, that likes fun. You're a Valuetainment type of person yourself. If you believe the future looks bright and you love USA, go pick up some merch for yourself, for your friends, for your family, for your clients. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.